Hello everybody, welcome to the Wednesday Bears Den Gardens Report. I thought today we would start with the windowsill gardens because I've got flowers. Basically, all 6 of my peppers sitting here in the windowsill have started to put on some flowers. There's quite a few in the fatale here, so that's fairly exciting. Still dealing with the aphids, as always, or whatever those little sapsuckers are, but I think this is the only one that doesn't really have flowers opened up on it, and that would be the caramel maruga scorpion. But here, look at this one here. I've got flowers just popping off all over the place on this one. So I'm really hopeful this is going to bear some fruit, even though it's just sitting in the windowsill. That would be fantastic. That's the Trinidad Scorpion Yellow. And then the red beside it here has a few flowers on it as well. Very exciting indeed. Up here in the Bears Den, we've lost a few of the potted transplants, but you may notice this big green thing standing here. This is a big old LED work light. It says it puts out 7,000 lumens worth of light. I gotta admit, the plants do show up pretty well. Whether or not they're growing towards it, that's a whole different story, but we shall see. We shall see. I'd say right now, though, that avocado is probably the biggest success going on in the upstairs garden here. Lots of tragedies and seedlings that never made it and things like that, but that's life. We did try some homemade tea made from some chrysanthemums, and that really did slow them down here on the sand dollar. They're back in spades because we ran out of the tea. But while we had it, it was definitely doing the trick. Very sparse looking plant, but you know what? It's still very much alive. So that is a very good thing. Down here on the plant shelf, I haven't been washing these as thoroughly or as often as I should. Really, it's more about washing them more often. But we do still have a few that are struggling. The red ghost scorpion here is trying to make it, and I've got a Trinidad Scorpion Red back there that's been topped and is trying to make it. I just don't know though. I might have to do a complete restart up here, which sucks. But, you know, worse things happen. If I do a complete restart up here, there'll be a couple of weeks missed while I bleach the heck out of every surface in this room. Really, I guess the biggest thing I've got to deal with right now is I need to get that EuroGrower set up downstairs, but there's only one power plug, and it takes at least 2. So I'm going to have to get some wiring done before I can set up the dungeon for a proper growing environment. However, I haven't given up on it. It's just gotta wait, that's all. Now, I believe before my camera died yesterday, we were going to come down to the dungeon, and I was going to finally put this EuroGrower together. I haven't even rinsed out the clay pellets yet. I haven't started seedlings. I've gotten a couple of great lists from you guys, and I really appreciate that. But I'm starting to worry about the size of the plants themselves. And I'm thinking maybe I should choose 8 of the smaller type pepper plants, because it's not really going to be a whole lot of space for these things to grow. So let's put the main system together, and well, we'll take it from there. On an unrelated side note, aside from the fact that this is all in the basement, I've got this hole in the dungeon floor here, and when it rains outside, this seems to fill up, but I don't see any like rivulets running towards it. So I'm thinking this is almost like a measurement of where the groundwater is. If anybody has one of these sump wells in their house, if that's in fact what this is, maybe you can let me know what's going on here. I've heard about sump pumps, so like, do I need to put something in there and then run it like out of the house? I guess that way wouldn't work. I'd have to run it up and over the scary old preserve shelf and then out there. But yeah, is this a sump well? Do I need a sump pump? Is this showing me how close the water is to the bottom of my house? I mean, we had a pretty heavy rain last night, so it's a little troubling. But anyway, we're here to put this together right there. This first piece is easy enough. This just exists to kind of hold up the center of the lid. It's got nice little grooves cut in the bottom so it fits. It's not, you know, super tight or anything, but fits well enough. And then here we have the pump that came with this. Looks like a pretty sturdy pump. Got some nice weight to it. Doesn't quite fit in between those grooves there. But nice filter on there, so if there are any solids that get caught in there, at least they're not going to end up inside the pump. So next up we've got this nice little extension piece that goes on the pump, screws in nice and tight. That's a nice change from what I've got going on in the aquaponics. You wouldn't believe how badly I've got that jimmied to fit. But easy peasy. Then we've got this drain here that I need to install. But I don't know where my pipe wrench is, so I'm going to have to borrow one from work. Looks like the kitten has found a way to open up the dungeon door. That's going to be a problem. Say hello to the camera, Littlefoot. No, there's too much to smell. Alright, well I need to get him back upstairs. For a critter running on 3 out of 4 paws, that little sucker is creative, crafty, and I bet you he'd be back down here again in less than 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. Less than 60 seconds after saying that. Kitten, upstairs. Alright, well, it seems like the kitten's just going to be playing silly games with me here because I'm home alone and I'm not upstairs to stop him. And since I need to borrow a pipe wrench from work, maybe I'll just knock this off for today and I will finish this project tomorrow. Odds are I will bring you guys along when I actually put this thing together. But, you know, who knows? You might just see it completed next time we're down in the dungeon. Anywho, I got a lot to do, including finding where the kitten has gotten off to now. So I'm going to wrap this up, say thank you all for joining me on this kind of weird little Wednesday video. Took 2 days and 2 parts, and I don't even know where yesterday really left off, but pretty sure we looked at the flowers in the windowsill garden, pretty sure we looked at the floodlight upstairs, and pretty sure I need to get an electrician to wire things up for me down here so I can actually plug this whole thing in before I can use it. But that's neither here nor there. Anywho, thank you all for joining me. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week ahead, and I will see you next time, probably around Wednesday or so. Take her easy, folks.